Welcome to Echo Base Network. Guys, we have brought you different twists to our show throughout, the short lifespan of our channel. We've done top 5 videos that have been very popular with our subs that, y'all love it when I dethrone Nick in things. And I'm just kidding about the dethroning him. We've done other things like the Echo Base Adventures, the stop motion animations that I made. Nick and I are working on a documentary for the sequel trilogy, for the Disney Star Wars sequel trilogy. So today we are premiering what we are calling Lessons from Coach, and that's me. Check this out. Welcome to Lessons from Coach. I am the coach. Today we're going to look at a recent interview given by the actress Daisy Ridley. Please be advised, the actress, Mrs. Ridley, chose to make use of profanity throughout her interview. For our younger students today, profanity means no words. We are also going to look at how the meaning of words can change over time, commonly referred to as semantics. Our focus word today, students, is toxic. We're going to discuss that word and what it means and how it's changed over time, even look at the original meaning of the word. So as we head over to the article from Digital Spy, which you always have to consider the source, we know that Digital Spy is a shill for Disney. Star Wars Daisy Ridley says some people are never going to like Rise of Skywalker. It's impossible to make everyone happy. Written by Feliz Mustafa, written on December 3rd, 2019. Which was yesterday. Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker star Daisy Ridley has admitted that some people are never going to like it. The latest chapter of the Star Wars saga, which will premiere in just a few weeks, will see the surviving resistance face the First Order when Daisy's character Rey, Finn, and Poe Dameron and Chewbacca return to the big screen. Speaking to GQ magazine, the actress said that she'll soon watch the final cut of the movie before its official release, saying that she's more than ready to face all kinds of reactions to the movie. There are people who are never going to effing like it, and there's no other way around it, Daisy said. But I think people are going to like this. But I think people are going to feel like this was made with a lot of love, and JJ worked really hard to tie up 9 films. It's impossible to make everyone happy. Saying that she's received some strong opinions about the franchise in the past, Daisy explained, "Some of the stuff people have said to me about Star Wars you wouldn't believe." She added, "I have had people say to me, it wasn't a great film, was it? I'm like, that's just bad manners. That's effing not nice. Not nice at all." Meanwhile, Daisy recently reunited with the cast of Star Wars to share their reactions about the ending of the movie, but they were only allowed to use their facial expressions. And if you haven't seen that, we did a show about that just the other day. So let's dig into this article just a tad bit deeper. Before we look at semantics of the word toxic, the author of the article at Digital Spy, Feliz Mustafa, says that Daisy Ridley is more than ready to face all kinds of reactions to the movie. However, the first quote from Ridley reads, "There are people that are never going to effing like it, and there's no other way around it." Does this sound like a person ready to face all kinds of reactions to the movie? No, it doesn't. She should have said something to the effect of, "I know that some people will be disappointed and won't like the movie, but their opinion is welcome, and we certainly understand because there are detractors from every movie." We don't get anything like this from Mrs. Ridley. We get, "There are people who are never going to effing like it." The inclusion of the profanity to me tells us that she is not ready to face opposing perspectives. Continuing her comments, "Some of the SHIT people have said to me about Star Wars you wouldn't believe. I have had people say to me, it wasn't a great film, was it? I'm like, that's just bad manners. That's effing not nice." It's interesting to look into these few sentences put together. Is Daisy Ridley saying someone telling her they didn't think a Star Wars movie was a great film is unbelievable? Really? And how exactly is a statement like that rude? They didn't say, your performance stunk. No, they simply said, it wasn't a great film. I'm wondering if Mrs. Ridley really grasped the concept of greatness. Let's remove the word great and in its place use its definition from dictionary.com. The Last Jedi was not considerably above the normal or average. How is this statement bad manners and effing not nice? Looking back at the interview she only did 4 months ago, Daisy Ridley had this to say. It's great that people are expressive of their views, but this is people's jobs. People worked really, really hard on that thing, The Last Jedi. I think there's a way of having a discussion that isn't so vicious. Just like she did yesterday, Mrs. Ridley gives no evidence to support her claim. Who is being vicious? Is it vicious because people worked hard on the film, so how dare anyone not like it? When I move beyond the facts here, I can infer that Mrs. Ridley is, in real life, may not be very different from her on-screen portrayal of the amazing Wonder Ray, who is great and wonderful at everything she does. Here's another inference. Mrs. Ridley blasted off 3 F-bombs in only a moment, 1 moment, in her interview. But Star Wars is for kids, right? Mm-hmm. Interestingly enough, as Mrs. Ridley uses semantics by changing the meaning of words in her interviews, such as bad manners, vicious, etc., many in the media and Star Wars sequel trilogy supporters have changed the meaning of another word, toxic. The word toxic comes from the mid-17th century. It is derived from the Latin word toxicus, which means poisoned, and the Greek toxikon, which means poisoned arrows. This type of poison goes all the way back to early mankind. The Greek hero Odysseus poisons his arrows with hellebore in Homer's Odyssey. Poisoned arrows are also featured in Homer's epic about the Trojan War, the Iliad, in which both the Achaeans and Trojans used toxic arrows and spears. Poisoned arrows are also referred to in the book of Job in the Bible. Surely the arrows of the Almighty have pierced me. My spirit drinks their poison. God's terrors are arrayed against me. There have been many words throughout our history and culture that have had their meanings changed. For instance, the word cute, short for acute, originally meant sharp or quick. This original meaning of cute is still used when one engages in the old idiom, don't get cute with me. Going back to our original point, many in the Star Wars fan base in the last few years have been referred to as toxic fans. There is an inordinate amount of fan videos and social media posts where displeasure with the sequel trilogy is confirmed. But where is this toxicity? It's unfortunate that the ones calling others toxic fans and man-babies and 40-year-olds living in their mother's basement cannot use more appropriate words. Here are some things you can replace the toxic fans with and be a little more correct. How about unhappy, disgruntled, sad, sorrowful, displeased, discontented, or despondent fans? So here's how we're going to wrap up today's lesson. Can we please stop changing words or the meaning of words in an effort to make your attack more potent against the nonconformist? That'd be a great start. And Daisy, can you please find an excerpt of Mark Hamill F-bombing in an interview leading up to Return of the Jedi about fans who won't like the movie in 1983? No. Probably not. Let's try to have a little more class here in the home stretch of your saga. Sorry for the bad news, Daisy, but on this assignment. Thank you for watching Lessons with Coach. I am the coach. We are, you are the Echo Base Network, and you have been taught. We are out.